be like, now it's jinxed.
Yeah.
Alrighty guys, I'm here to talk about why you should support stem cell research. Now I'm going to start by asking you guys a question. How many of you guys have relatives or friends or any other close people that you know that have diabetes, Down syndrome, cancers, Parkinson's disease, spinal cord injuries? How many of you guys know people like that? Alright, so a good majority of you guys know people who have that thing. Now what if I told you that stem cell research has been proven already to be effective at treating those things, but we still need funding and we still need to work towards learning more about it? Why do we need to support stem cell research? Most first thing is we can save lives. We've already saved lives by inserting the adult stem cells into certain areas and will heal it. Now there's still work to be done in the embryonic stem cells and the ones that they take and they actually they force it backwards into becoming a stem cell. There's still a lot of research to be done there. But the adult stem cells are stem cells that are pretty much tissue specific, and they can only grow certain tissues. They're not quite as they can't do as many jobs as a regular stem cell can, but they still have very, very good results with those treatments. Another thing is they improve the lives. I'm going to tell you a story a little bit later about a girl who can now almost walk because of stem cell research. She got the treatment after she was in a car accident, and now she can almost walk already. Stop birth defects. Eventually it could get to the point where we can actually stop birth defects before they happen. If a lot of times they'll know before the baby's even born whether or not there's going to be some kind of defect. Well, they can actually insert genes or stem cells to heal those parts that are already damaged. We can save lives and reduce all those illnesses that you get right off the bat as a newborn. We need to support federal funding for a couple reasons. One of the reasons is we're way behind in stem cell research in the United States. Everywhere else, as you can see, is way farther than us. The USA is on the bottom, and any other USA is on the top, or any other country but the USA is on the top. Japan, Germany, Great Britain, and all those. Another thing is, most of you guys know that if a company gets a hold of this stuff, which they already do, that they're going to charge a lot more than the federal government is. So if the federal government can fund it, then it's going to be a lot cheaper and it's going to be available to a lot more people. Like I said, we need to advance it in the USA. Keep it stuff here. We need to be the forerunners. The current rules and regulations. Back in 2001, it was banned any use on embryonic stem cells except for the 10 lines that they already had started. Now, like I said, we've already had advancements in the adult stem cell research field, but most of the advancements and other cures that we can get need to be studied for the embryonic stem cells. The order was reversed in 2009 by President Obama. And he said, at this moment, the full promise of stem cell research remains unknown and should be not overstated. I cannot guarantee that we will find the treatments we seek. Basically what he's saying is, we need to open this field up and see what's there. When President Bush signed the bill, he closed that for research except within private companies. And like I said, private companies are going to keep that stuff secret and they're going to charge a lot for it. Now, a lot of people, when they hear the word stem cell, comes up with their religious and ethical problems. They have something against it. The first one is embryonic research. It's killing a baby. Well, that's not true. The place where they get their embryonic research cells from are fertility clinics where they use the unused embryos that they've already grown. They use those. Now, those other embryos are thrown away. To me, you're saving lives if you're using them for research. You can save other lives with the research. Otherwise, they're going to be thrown away and wasted. I mean, we're devoting them to science so that they can save lives. Playing God. That's a big religious thing. We're playing what was originally reserved only for God. Everyone can take this on their own. It's a personal decision. But to me, it's not playing. It's not playing God, because to me, God would not allow it. And to me, God would allow us to save lives. I think that He gives us free roam to make good decisions and help save lives of other people and improve lives. Unknown consequences. People say you shouldn't mess with stuff you don't know what's going to happen. Well, that's true with any medical field. And an example I like to tell people who tell me this is, look at the American Revolution. You know, all those people who fought in that Revolutionary War, they didn't know what was going to happen. But now look at us today. We're sitting in this classroom because of it. So, you know, you just got to do it. If there's bad consequences later on, then that's resolved. That's what happens. My real world example right here is Laura Dominguez. Now, I'm gonna let you. I was gonna tell you about her first, but I decided why not let her tell you about it. She was in a car accident, and this is what the first part of the video was about. When she was 16 years old, and she's a quadriplegic, which means she's paralyzed from the neck down, or was. Doctors told her she was never gonna walk again. And I'm actually going to. I don't think you have the sound down there. Possible.
Yes, I do have it muted.
They opened up the injury site, they took out scar tissue, and leave the cell and close it back up. I think the thing that I noticed to Dr. surgery was my feelings. Before I could feel very dull, now I feel all of them. Just actually, in some areas it's slow, and the more movement you get, the more, like whenever I have a good day in training, I'm like, oh, I can do that, or I do something new, like, and I move a foot or toe or something like that. It's very inspiring to me. It drives me forward. Now I'm able to stand and walk. I do so many things that I just never thought before that I'd never do. I'm able to walk again. It's pretty. And for words to sum it up. My name is Celeste, and adult stem cell surgery can help you walk again.
And that's just one of the stories that I found. There's stories of people who had heart defects where they put stem cells in there and actually heals the heart back to where it's at and never had problems again. And like I said, this is all early stuff. That particular surgery was done in Portugal because it wasn't allowed here at the time by the FDA. I think now the FDA allows it. They're starting to get more lenient with it, and now they've opened up for embryonic treatments and testing those. What happened is, I don't know if I think you guys got to hear it, was they opened up her back, took stem cells from her own body, put them in her back, and within 6 months, 70% of that mass that was originally scar tissue was healed. That's only 6 months. And this is the most current story I could find on her, so she's still working on it. But as you can see, she was doing push-ups and all that stuff when she was supposed to be paralyzed. So she's going to be walking again. I have no doubt that she will. How can you guys help? If you see bills that are going to block stem cell research, I urge you guys to contact your senators, congressmen, and have them repeal that. Learn more about stem cell research. Most of you guys in here are going to be medical professionals, nurses or you doctors, etc., etc. Now, if you find it interesting, maybe look into it. If you don't know where you're going to go at, but you know you want to be in a medical field, look into it. Maybe possibly devote your career to it. You know, you're saving lives. And the biggest thing is spread the word. If you hear people, you know, talking bad about stem cell research, I want you to go up to them and explain to what I just explained to them. You know, explain why we need it and explain, if they say it's baby killing or whatever, tell them there's other different options besides embryonic, or if it's playing God or whatever it is. I want you guys to stop them if you believe in it. And then we can spread the word slowly that this is okay. It'll be a lot easier with the federal government to open up funding for them if they know the people are okay with it. So in closure, I just want to say, if we support stem cell research, the most important thing is we save and improve lives. All over the world, this is already happening. Now we just need to work more on it in the U.S. And that'd be it.